Good morning. Can you guys see me okay? Hope the light's okay. It's a little dark outside, dark and gloomy and droopy and rainy and windy. It's not a pleasant sight, but it is fall over here. I think Australia, or winter. Australia's the other side, I think, probably, right? Probably hot and sunny and summery. Hi, Cecilia. Ooh, yeah, hot tea. That's going to be too hot to drink. Hello, Cecilia. How are you this morning? Let me know if you can hear me okay. Hopefully the internet works. All right, today. All right, let's get you guys. Let's start get you guys some cards. Cecilia, let's start with you. Let's see. Which ones? Okay. They want me to pick these for them. Oh, well, that was fast. Authentic self. Who are you? Authentic self, Cecilia. Who are you? What am I getting on an intuitive level? It's almost like your entire journey so far, you've been chasing this idea of trying to figure out who you are. The problem is you're trying to find the answers outside of you. In other words, you've been chasing the universe around, trying to find answers about what am I supposed to be doing? Where am I supposed to be going? Who am I supposed to be? How am I supposed to be? You've always sent out the questions outwards, hoping to receive an answer, is what they're saying. And they're saying this whole point, the entire point of this incarnation is for you to understand, realize, and embrace that the answers aren't out there. The answer is you tell us who you want to be. You tell us what you want to do. You tell us who and what and in what way and how you want to be. In other words, stop trying to chase down the answers, but realize and understand that you are the answer because you get to decide who you want to be, what you want to do, what your destiny is, what your desired experiences are. You. Nobody out there can give you the answer. That's why you haven't found any. But as long as you keep looking out there, you're giving away your power to create and design what was originally meant to be your creation. And as long as you're giving away the answer, you're flinging it out there, you're never going to get clarity, because the only one who can give you clarity is you, because it's spiritual team is like, we're here to guide you once you figure out who you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to do. Your spiritual team does not have the power nor the right to give you those answers, because the answers need to come from you and from you alone. Does that make sense? That's what the message is. You want to know who you are? Then tell the universe who you are, who you want to be, what you want to do, what you want to represent, what you want to leave behind. The answers that you're seeking can only be answered by you and you alone. And as soon as you know the answers, the universe will cooperate and align with your answers and provide you validation of everything you feel deep inside you are meant to be. All right? I hope that helps, Cecilia. All right. Charlotte. Good morning, Charlotte. Charlotte. Good to see you on here. Charlotte. Dear Charlotte. Who and what are we? This one. Okay. Yes, don't doubt. Your reality is you. So why doubt the reality? Charlotte. Let's get a card for Charlotte. Whoopah. There it goes. Push to surface. Charlotte. Push to surface. You may have become complacent. You might be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. Okay, let's see. Oh, that tea tastes so good. Sometimes it just goes, oh, yeah. Especially when I'm not fully awake in the morning. Well, I've been awake for several hours. Just going through menopause and all of that jazz. It's just, whew. It does a number on me when all those hormones start to change. What am I getting? Because there's these big whales that you see in the picture, but for some reason I'm being drawn to the little ones, the little fishies that swim kind of in the shadows. It's almost like the universe is trying to tell you, it's time to come out of the shadows. It's time to surface and move towards the light so the world can see you. That's almost what it feels like. It's almost like your entire life, you've operated from kind of the darkness, from the shadow, from the place where you didn't always want to be in the spotlight, maybe, or you came from, maybe you were shy, maybe you were fearful of judgment, whatever it may be. But it's almost like they're kind of saying it's time to stop living in the shadows and to stop operating from being hidden away. It's time for the world to see you. It's time for the world to get to know you, the real you, and to allow your light to shine upon those in your immediate surroundings and also upon the universe. It's just like it's time for you to come out of your shell. I keep seeing this turtle, and you're just, you're there, and people know you're there, but you're like hidden, like you barely come out. You stick out your nose a little bit to eat, to sleep, to do what you need to do, but you're not like, ta-da, here I am. And that's the dynamics that I feel, the energy. It's almost like they're pushing you to stop being afraid, to declare your beingness, to reveal the true Charlotte to the world, regardless of how people are going to perceive you or how people might judge you. You shouldn't give a shit, is what they're saying. Okay. You should care, though, about the fact that you've never fully embraced your light, and you've never fully allowed yourself to freedom to declare and be who you were meant to be. It just feels like this revelation needs to happen, this declaration of independence on every level needs to occur in order for you to start feeling amazing about you, about your life, about what you represent. Does that kind of make sense? It's very, very important to no longer play the game of, well, if you're different, you don't fit in. It's now time to understand that you chose to be unique. You chose to be this way for a reason. So start aligning with that uniqueness and start aligning with the fact that you will see the world very differently than most people around you. But it's exactly that you want it to happen in order for you to assist, partake into the change of this world. All right. It has been like a witch hunt. Yeah. And there, you shouldn't give a shit. You gotta be like me. I get threats all the time. You work for the devil. You're a witch. We should burn you at the stake. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah is what I say. Hope that helps, Charlotte. Corinne, hello, my love. Good morning. Goedemorgen. You would like a card in relation with my sister and a difficult situation with my family. You're welcome, Charlotte. Okay. Let's see if we can get something. Whoop. Well, that was fast. They're flying fast this morning. Must be because it's morning. You got 2. I choose love no matter what. And you also have oneness is my true nature. What am I getting for you? It's almost as if they want to say, look, you have to understand that your sister and your family and everybody that seems separate from you in reality is you. And therefore, always choose love above anything else, whether it is financial issues, whether it is belief issues. None of that matters, because the only thing that ultimately saves all of us is the ability to love each other, no matter how much they annoy us, or no matter how much frustration arises, or no matter how much people see things differently. That's where the oneness comes in. You have to understand that at this time, every individual that currently looks to be outside of you, separated from you, is in fact we're all part of the same source. Therefore, we're all one being. And these other versions of you, if you want to look at it that way, are all expressing aspects of your beingness, of the whole, all that is God source beingness that is also within you. But they're showing those aspects that, for example, in this lifetime, as Corinne, you are not choosing to experience. You are not choosing to align with those specific aspects that are ultimately all a part of your soul essence. So, in other words, whatever the conflict is, or whatever the trouble is, or whatever the problems may be, one, understand that they are you, and you and they and you or them. Doesn't matter how you want to look at it. You're all one. You're all part. It's not part from saying you are the same source, really. You're all expressions of your true consciousness, which is God. And therefore, these struggles, in a way, don't feed them with lower vibrations. Don't give into it, whatever it may be. Always rely on love. Always rely on, let the individuals be who they want to be. Do, and it's not, I don't know what the problems are, but it's almost like the only thing that matters is love. That's it. Love, respect, and to honor each other's choices and perspectives, because they are all, in some way or form, are also your perspectives at some point. In our incarnations, we'll all have at some point the same perspectives, because all perspectives are part of the collective. All that is God, whatever you want, the source, whatever you want to call it. Therefore, there is no right or wrong in any of it. What is important is to put your energy towards keeping your balance, keeping your peace. That right now is crucial, because you as an individual, we're never really individuals, but the idea of individual character as Corrine is about to move into a fifth dimensional plane. So it is very crucial, and more important than anything else is you staying and remaining in a balanced energetic state that allows you to permanently ground yourself into a fifth dimensional plane. That is more valuable right now than anything else. Anything else. Money, job, career, anything else. People don't understand the importance of moving into the 5D, because manifestations and perspectives will be completely different once aligned fully and permanently residing in that frequency. That anything can be accomplished and anything will be able to. But people tend to hold on to very 3D things, like, oh, this is important and that's important. And it's really, none of it's really important, if you know what I'm trying to say. Stay in a vibration of love. Understand that you're all one and there are all expressions of you to some degree. Therefore, judgment or creating problems or adding fire to the fire or whatever the issue might be doesn't really matter. What matters right now is that you stay in that oneness vibration, you stay in that love vibration, because within 1 year, the 3D and the 5D will start to separate, and you will have to make, the choice will have to be made before that. And how do we choose? By choosing which vibration is more important for us to stay in. Does that kind of make sense? I don't know if that makes any sense. Corinne says she has trouble in communication, other possibilities from others. She has trouble in communicating other possibilities from. I don't quite understand that. Say it in Dutch. I might understand it better. The thing is, it might sound selfish and it's really not, but right now the main focus should be on the individual. She sees only her own thoughts. Good. Let her. Let her. How does that impact you? Does that change who you are? Does that change what you do? Because it shouldn't. And if it does, then that's the thing you still have to work on in order for you to be able to ground yourself in the 5D. Do you see what I'm saying? My husband can have different thoughts than I do. Doesn't mean I'm going to change mine. Doesn't mean I'm going to adjust. Doesn't mean I'm going to dislike him. I allow every individual in my reality to be who they are. I support their thoughts, even if they are not aligned with mine, because I know that every individual is here to have their own experience. Now, once we can disconnect from the idea that everybody needs to align with our version of reality, with our perspective on reality, with our experience of this reality, because everybody, although we have a collective creation, everybody has a unique world they live in. And you are the only one who's going to be able to live in that world and see it that way. Because every individual has their own version of that same world. Do you see what they're trying to say? Let that go. Let them believe what they want to believe. Move on. You know, it doesn't change you, doesn't affect you unless you allow it to affect you. Now that's a personal choice. Right now, the focus should be on keeping your balance, keeping you in a good place, regardless of what family members think, see, feel. Not important. And it's not, it, yeah, well, even with autism, it is possible. I don't think so. Has she been diagnosed with autism? I don't think so. It doesn't feel right when you say autism. My children have autism. They see the world very differently. Her son has autism. Always keep in mind that even the children know what they came into. They know who their parents are. They know how they're going to respond. They know everything. So it's not up to you, you know, how would I say it without sounding mean? Every soul, autism or not, chooses their parents, make predetermined agreements, knowing very well how their upbringing will be, how their parents will react to certain things, how they might think. Souls know that before you move into that body. So we can inspire other people by becoming the person we feel we're meant to be, by sharing our wisdom. But it is not up to us to determine what every soul experiences. You can send out the information and then you let it go. I try to understand her, but it's difficult if it affects your children hurting. Again, you have no control over the children. They are individual souls who are here to choose to have certain experiences. All you can do, like I said, stay in a loving space. Take care of yourself. Share that loving energy with everyone, even if you don't agree with what's going on. And understand, yeah, you got to let go and understand that all I can do to assist, you can't change people. You don't have the right. It's called a free willed creation. What you can do is inspire people. Not with, oh, this is wrong and that's judging it and pointing fingers at it. But you can teach children and you can teach all individuals that they're in control of how they respond. They're in control of how they feel. They're in control of everything. That is the biggest lesson of love you can provide for anybody, is to make them understand they are in control and they are also responsible for how their energy, their thoughts, their feelings manifest into reality around them. How the universe responds to their energy that they emit on a daily basis, every second of every day, leads to a creation. That's all you can do. And how do you do that? By being an example, by showing people that if you just stick with love, if you do this, if you do that, then more of that will come your way. By being an example and by sharing your wisdom without expecting anything in return, without expecting any changes to occur. You simply send it out into the universe, offer it for them to be absorbed should they choose to. If they do not choose to align with that, then that is perfectly fine for them, even if it is painful from the human ego to see people suffering unnecessarily. But understand that nothing happens that is not invited by the soul. Your spiritual team, if there is something you do not want to experience, your team will make sure that doesn't happen. They will find a way to prevent it. But if something is happening, then the higher soul is open to have that experience. Does that kind of make sense? And that's what they're showing here. You need to stay in a vibration of love, understanding. Everybody is a version of you. You're just not having that experience as Corrine at this time. You don't have that experience at this time because you choose not to have that version of you be exposed in this incarnation. Do you understand? But they are you. That's why Jesus never judged anybody who was hurting him. Instead, he loved them because he understood that that person who's hurting me right now is choosing to have an experience of energies, emotions, frequencies that are also inside all that is inside our soul, but that we are currently not choosing to experience or not choosing to run with in this incarnation, while the other version of you is choosing to have that experience. Do you understand? It's a deep one. Let it sink in. Let it sink in. Hi, Frederic. Let's get you a card, my love. Frederic. Yes, let's get you a card. Hi, Kim. I didn't see you up there. All the way up. You're welcome, sweetheart. I hope just let it sink in, okay? I know it's tough to see suffering, knowing that, come on, people, you can change it like that. Just, you need to get it. That's why we come down here, to have the experiences we cannot have in a higher frequency. Because naturally, we're always drawn towards love. But in these lower vibrational energies, yeah, it's hard. It's hard as a human. That's why you chose to be human temporarily. Because you knew that the emotionality, that's why we come here, the relationships and the emotionality. But we also come down here to understand that every relationship reflects something back to us that is also part of us in some way or form. You know? The biggest question you always have to ask is, why is that person and their actions triggering me so much? And all it'll do is show you that it's just a validation of how much you love, how much love you have inside of you. That's why it triggers you, because you know that love is possible within every individual. Poofa. Frederic. Wish wisely, Frederic. Wish wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. It's about making sure, it's about having the abundance again, being okay financially, emotionally, energetically, creatively. They're saying be very aware of what you're focusing on. Be very aware of what you're sending out, because although you want to manifest all of that financial security, being allowed to be your creative self, feeling stable, feeling balanced, feeling at peace with everything that's happened around you, because you really want to accomplish that, you also tend to focus on it not being there, and then going into panic mode and going into fear mode. Then you're worried and you're worried and you're worried, and then when we are in a worry stage, because you don't know how it's going to all come together, and you don't know how it's all going to manifest, and you don't know where you're going, and it's this kind of big fear of the unknown that overwhelms you from time to time, and this kind of loneliness. You feel kind of abandoned in some way or form, they say. All of that is you focusing towards exactly what you don't want. Is that going to make sense? You're focusing in the wrong place. What you're sending out is worry. What you're sending out are a lot of question marks. And when we are in a state of worry and we are simply asking, a lot of questions that seem to have no answer, guess what? That's what you'll manifest with each day that comes, is more questions without answers. Now, what you need to do is change that vibration, change what you're sending out. Have confidence that the universe will take care of you. Okay? Have confidence that you're the creator. Okay? Don't give away your power to the unknown. There is no unknown. Your soul knows everything, and your soul knows that she is full blown the creator of every experience that comes in. So why need to worry when you're in control? Why need to worry when you're the creator of everything that you encounter? Okay? So start to take back your control, start to take back your abilities to manifest, and start acting from a point of joy. What still brings you joy? What still gives you a sense of accomplishment? When you do activities that give you those feelings, then hold on to those feelings as long as you can and take those feelings into the insecurities. Wash out the insecurities, the worry feelings with the regained feeling of excitement and accomplishment and creation. All right. So when it says wish wisely, what they're saying is be very careful and be very aware of the energy you're sending out on a daily basis, because what you send out, that's what you'll receive and receive and receive again. Okay? So make sure that you take back your power, that you take back the faith that everything in your journey is directed in some way or form by the higher soul, and that no experience is uninvited by your higher soul. Therefore, have faith in her that she knows exactly what she wants to experience, that this temporary experience is just simply, in a way, a vacation for your soul. Even though it don't feel like a vacation, it is very expansive and assists your higher self in the soul growth in order to get closer to God's frequency. So have faith in all of that. Do not worry. Start creating again. Get excited. Connect with other people, because you tend to put yourself into a little bubble, but try to reconnect with people around you that are really loving and supportive. And then you'll see that slowly but surely, as 2024, 2025 roll in, everything will fall into place. Okay. So I hope that helps. All right. Let's see here. Kim, my lovely Kim. Let's get you a card, Kim. Kim. This one. How's your mama doing? I hope she's doing all right. You'll be okay, Frederica. I promise. I feel it. You just need to feel it now. I'm telling you. Sometimes life will take us in different directions that we never even saw coming, but that doesn't mean they're wrong. Have faith that whatever happens is meant to happen. I never expected to end up in France. That was the last country on my list. Look at us now. I follow the universe, even if my human ego is like, what? France? And now look here. It's the best thing ever. See? The human ego thinks it knows everything. It doesn't. Oh, you guys are both sick today. Oh, it's all right. We're going through changes. It's normal. It's kind of going around too, isn't it? Don't let the media fear you. You're going to be all right. We've all been sick in this house too. So my daughter, she has a big cough right now. She's gonna be all right. No need to worry. Being sick helps our little soldiers to get stronger. I got 3 cards. Halls of Amenti Initiation. I've never seen this one. Ooh, this is a new one to me. Secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations. There's the first one. And then we have Orion activation. I've seen this one several times. Supernova, recreation, renewal, and rebirth by the light. There we go. And Seraphim's Gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. Very cool. All right, let's see what we're getting. There's something about vibrations. The vibrations in your current environment are not supportive of your vibrations, leaving you in a state of being out of synchronization with your reality. And that is what's led to you guys feeling ill. Okay, what does that mean? What the hell did I just say? Sometimes I say things and I'm like, what? What was that? See, that's just when stuff comes in without me thinking about it. And then I got to figure out what. Then they got to give me feelings to support what I just said so I can understand it better. Okay. Isn't that great being a medium? So great. It's so great. People think we have it all figured out. We don't. Okay. Most people pretend they do. I just don't pretend. I'm like, I have no clue what I'm doing. This is how it is. I'm not here to pretend. I'm not here to paint a pretty picture because spirituality is growth, awakening. It's a messy thing, okay? It's not all clear right away, all right? I don't want people. I see so many spiritual teachers sometimes pass by and they're like, oh, like everything's so perfect. I'm thinking you're just as much of a mess as everybody else, dude. Because that's what it is. Waking up is messy. Okay. I'm very much drawn to this card. All I see is vibrations, okay? Vibrations and light. See all the different lights, and this kind of, I don't know, there's these lines of light. And it looks to me like vibrational frequencies, just like sound waves hitting your divine essence. That's really what it is. But it's kind of a mess. It's not really organized. And so what they're kind of trying to tell you is that because you and your mom are really out of sync with your current reality that you're still in some way or form, experiencing, because we're in this kind of in between kind of phase. Your body is in a way rejecting the energies of the 3D. Like it's almost like your body wants to vomit it out. That sounds messy, right? But it's kind of like, when people drink too much, right? And then the body's like, fuck this shit. And then you start vomiting everything out. Your body's rejecting the alcohol because it's trying to save your ass from dying of alcohol poisoning. That's kind of what you're going through. And the reason you're going through it together is so you could support each other in this process. And you're very aligned. You're very connected with each other. You guys are souls that will always be together, that will always do things separately, but at the same time together, and that's really what it is. It's like your body is just so tired of it, now it's not tired, but I guess you could say it that way. Your body's kind of tired of the vibrations hitting your body, hitting your essence, that are simply no longer absorbed, or how to explain what I'm seeing. they're showing me this your body, your physical body, and all this lower energy from the collective 3D is coming your way because you're still in an in between, just like everybody else. That's why we feel so bloody lost. You're in this in between because you're like, I hate the 3D. I can't wait to move into the 5D. We're all feeling that none of it of the 3D world or the 4D, whatever, resonates with you. You just feel like you're looking at some weird movie that you don't like and you can't shut off the television, right? That's what it feels like. And so your bodies have ascended as well already. So they're ready to be, to be at the end of 2024. They're ready to permanently ground themselves in the 5D. But we have to wait till the complete cycle is on, which is a cycle of 12 years. That's why it started in 2012. Okay. So it's a 12-year cycle. We have to wait till the cycle is complete in order for us to fully be able to slowly start getting separated from the 3D. But in the meantime, right now, we're in the most difficult part for those of us who are awake because we're in this in-between phase and we see the world of the 3D and we're like, no, I don't belong there anymore. And we can feel the pull of the 5D, but we can't just get there yet. And it's so frustrating. Okay. But most of our bodies have been working since 2012 to change the frequency, right? They've been slowly but surely. That's why we've been sick off and on, off and on, off and on, off and on, forcing us to slow down, forcing us to take breaks, forcing us to, to kind of slow down, which gives us the feeling that we can't seem to get anything accomplished. Nothing. Our to-do list just gets longer and longer, and nothing. We can barely scratch anything off it because we just don't have the energy. We don't have. It's all part of our bodies shutting down to a certain degree, shutting us down, slowing us down in order for it to move the frequencies within every cell of the body so it can move into 5D. Because no matter how much we, the essence, the soul, wants to move, if the body doesn't move with us, we can't go there. The body would die. Okay. And so right now, because we're at this end stage, they're showing me that both your bodies and mine too, I've been off and on sick. It's just part of the game. Both of our bodies are now in a higher frequency. Therefore, the lower frequencies that we're still absorbing to a certain degree from the 3D is kind of being rejected by our body. It's being expelled. And it does that through illness. It does that through vomiting, sweating, diarrhea, fever. Okay, those are methods of the body that the body uses to expel things. You'll notice also a lot of people will have zits more than ever, like weird rashes and zits and things like that. Is because it is a way of the body, and every single physical body will do that in its own way to reject things, energies that it doesn't want anymore, that it just doesn't align with anymore. And so we'll feel sick off and on. And that is just whenever too much negativity of that 3D comes in, your body is like, I don't want this anymore. And it emits it, it ejects it, it vomits it up in order to safeguard the frequency, the higher frequency that's already been established within your cells. Am I making any sense? I know what it is. I just don't know if I'm using the right words to express it. But that's what you guys are going through. You're going through the portal. You're like right there, right in front of it, but you can't walk through it yet until the 12-year cycle is complete. Okay? You're going to walk through it at the right time when the timelines are perfectly aligned for you. Okay? Because look, they're talking about secrets revealed, initiations. I don't really align with that. But what I do align with is there's this kind of triangle inside, and that's like your vessel, that's your soul, and it's dark around it. It's just darkness and it's negativity, but your body is trying to protect the soul, so it needs to express, expel, vomit out all of the negativity that's still kind of present. Okay. And it does that to prevail and secure your 5-dimensional frequency within the body, soul, and mind. Does that kind of make sense? So I hope that makes sense, but they just wanted to explain why this is happening. So, in a way, you're not really sick. It is simply your body trying to safeguard the new frequency that it started to operate on started about last year, and therefore it will, in a way, reject, make a fuss whenever lower energies are still trying to seep in. Okay, it'll be like, no, I don't want that, and it'll get sick, because it's the only way for the body to get rid of stuff. How else is the body? We can either cry. Okay, crying is a way of releasing certain energies, but when a large amount of lower energies come in, and we cannot stop it, we're not perfect. Okay, you can't be perfect in this world. We don't always have our perfect bubble set up. Then our bodies will try to get rid of it, and that's where the illness comes in. All right, I hope that helps a lot of people, because I know a lot of people are like sick and they're like, where's this come from? I'm fine. Just know that our body is a self-thinking consciousness that we are in agreement with. We have made a contract with this body, and it's not the conscious level to our soul level, but it is still self-thinking. It is self. Did you guys see the orb that just flew by? How fun was that? So many orbs lately. It's crazy. I gotta watch the orb fly by. Anyway, what was I saying? The orb caught me off guard. Anyway, understand that our body is a self-thinking organism, and it follows the direction of our consciousness, right? So although it's self-thinking and it knows how to fix itself, we're still the ones providing it with the information on what we want it to do. Okay. And so that's really what's going on. It's just our bodies are moving in higher frequencies, therefore rejecting the lower frequencies, therefore creating illness and discomfort. But all of this is temporary. Okay. I hope that helps. All right, Sharon van Zeulenkom. Let's get a card for Sharon. Which one? Orb alert. Yeah, they pass by sometimes. It's so droopy today. I'm not a big fall and winter person. I was born in the spring, the original New Year, according to Jesus. I was born when the New Year came in, March 28th. That's why I love spring and summer. Winter, I'm not a big fan. Especially here, it's kind of droopy in the winter. We get good weather all the way to about the middle of September. Then it starts getting rainy and droopy. Sharon, transformation. Transformation. The fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that is happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. It's about surrendering, Sharon. You need to learn to surrender. You're still trying to control every aspect of life, trying to control where everything goes. And it's not about in a way you do automatically, because you're the creator. You are in some way or form in control of what you attract, create, manifest, but also what you designed this life to be. Every major trouble or problem that we see from the human perspective is in some way or form something that was agreed upon between all souls. And it's to that fact, it's just a universal fact, that you have to learn to surrender. You can choose how to feel about life. You can choose how to color it, what emotions to move into, to operate from, to create from. But ultimately, we always have to understand that our human ego or our human mind is so limited in comprehending why everything happens, positive or negative. And therefore, we need to have faith that no matter what comes and no matter what the outcome of that event will be, it will be in a way that is beneficial for all souls to have the experience they were meant to have. And that is what is the surrendering process. It's not about giving up, it's not about giving away your power, but it's about embracing the fact that no matter how much we can struggle in this lifetime, one, you decide whether you struggle with it or not. People say, oh no, I don't have control of it. Yes, you do. You get to choose how you see things. You get to choose whether or not you continue to move into negativity, or you try to release, let go, let be what is, and have faith that everything is and will be as intended. And you can move into a direction where you focus on your abundance, your happiness, your joy, your peace, and your balance. And that is what the required transformation is going to be, because I feel like you're not there yet, but um, you're being pushed, you're being challenged, your buttons are being pushed in every way, form, and direction in order to force you. It's not really forcing, but in order to guide you, your spiritual team, the universe is guiding you to give up in a way, give up the control, give up the need to have a specific outcome that you feel is the only right outcome for you. Give up on that and just have faith that whatever the outcome is in some way or form beneficial to all souls included, because otherwise you would have not made those agreements before coming into this journey. Okay, now the transformation is about releasing that control, surrendering to that knowing, but also taking back your creative control, your manifesting abilities, and understand that even if there are aspects in life that are not comfortable, that are sad, that are um, painful, you still have the control, the ability to make every day a good day with being appreciative about what you have, what you can create, who you can choose to be, what you can choose to send out, and what you can choose to leave behind. There are still so many aspects of you that let's just say that our problems or our challenges in life should never dictate who you are as an individual. You should never identify with the troubles. They are only experiences put in place, requested by the soul to help you grow, to help you understand better who you are, who you want to be in this life. And it's ultimately up to you to determine what your journey looks like and feels like, no matter what's going on. I've met people who went through the most horrible things. I have met in person Holocaust survivors. They would used to come to my school and show us their tattoos and share their stories and the pictures. And those people went through such horrible, traumatic experiences. They have seen their wives, their children being gassed, and then they had to pick up their corpses and throw them in pits with millions of other people. they were forced to do that, and they would see their own children that they would just have to throw into a pit like trash. Can you imagine the trauma, the hate those people must have gone through and felt through? Yet, at some point, all of them told us there comes a point where you understand that hate only hurts yourself, and that anger only hurts you, and that judgment and all of those negative vibration, all it does is hurt you. And there comes a time where you have to say, you know what? I'm letting it go, not because it was fair, but because I deserve peace. I don't deserve the experiences around me to determine how I feel and operate in this lifetime. And that is the transformation. And if they can do that, anybody can do that in my mind. Because I have heard and talked to these people and heard the stories. They are unimaginable. And there's still people out there who say Holocaust didn't happen. Okay, my grandmother went through it. And her family members were in Auschwitz. So trust me, it happened. All right. So the transformation is let go of what, in a way, you can't control, and take back control where you can, which is your joy, your emotional state, your thoughts, your beliefs, your trust, and surrendering that everything happens with a reason, and everything will move in a direction that will be beneficial for all souls involved, even if the human ego does not agree with it. All right. So I hope that helps. Kim says, I also prefer spring and summer. I know. All right. Let's see who else wrote something on Patreon. John Nelson. Hi, Susie. I'll pull you a card in a minute. Let me do John first, okay? Ta-da, 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 ta-da. John, which one? Which one? This one? Okay. We're going for the Metatron cards, John. Hello, Susie. Oink. There they went. Creation, expansion in your life. That's a cool card. First time I'm seeing that one. And then we also have leadership. Answer the call. Wish it would zoom in, but it's not. And then you got a third card. How cool is that? Inner child. Hear and know me. Very cool. Oh, now it zooms in. I don't know if it's zoom in on that one. There it goes. There's that one. And then there's that one. All right, cool. So, inner child, hear and know me, leadership, answer the call, and creation, expansion in your life. You have the key, they say. I'm being drawn to this person that's holding the key. You have the key. You are the key. It's time that you start to acknowledge that. It's almost like you've been growing a lot. You've been doing a lot of self-work, observation, self-healing. It just feels like you've done so much already. But you're still, it sounds like you're still in some way or form in denial of the importance of your presence in this world and in your surroundings, in your community. Because in some way or form, it's almost like you've convinced yourself that if you should move into, let's say, a spiritual profession, that you have to be an expert at something specific. And they're saying no. That is your way of trying to subconsciously talk yourself out of the role you're supposed to play, which is a leader, a guide of spiritual wisdom and knowledge. It's about passing that on. And so you're finding excuses, and you may not even know that you're doing that, but you'll always find some kind of excuse why you cannot start sharing your wisdom with people. But you are the foundation. You are what will connect all the dots. Okay, you're still waiting for the universe to show you the dots, but you don't understand the dots are you. You are the connection. It's not something that can be shown to you. It's something you need to become. It's something you need to embrace. And how do you do that? By healing the inner child. You still believe, unconsciously perhaps, that everything has to be learned, that you have to work hard at something before you can, and that you have to perfection it before you can, in some way or form, turn it into something that will provide abundance and financial abundance as well. It's like, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but they're saying just do it. Stop thinking that I can't do this. I can't charge people for this. I'm not experienced enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not this enough. I haven't learned enough. You are it. It's inside of you. All of the knowledge and wisdom that you need is inside of you. All you need to do is trust that it's there. Hi, Amanda. That's really what it is. You need to trust it. Start by inviting, send out I don't know, like create like once a month get together with spiritual people where you share your knowledge, wisdom, where you meditate, where you do guided meditations, whatever it may be. Start simple, but get people involved to take some time out of their schedule and to meet up, to come together with people who are open and awake for all of that information, and be the guide, be the teacher, simply by sharing everything you've learned upon this trip. But it's really about understanding that you don't need to learn anything and perfectionize anything. You just need to have faith that whatever needs to come out will come out. That's really what it is, because you already have all the knowledge and the wisdom inside of you. Okay, so that's something you need to focus on for the new year. Susie, let's get you a card. And then we'll do Amanda. I almost forgot. I'm glad you got here, sweetheart. I'm glad you got here. Let's do Susie, and then we'll do Amanda. Let's see. Susie. I'm getting drawn to the animals, Susie. Oh, I hope you come and join us. We're having a live event, Amanda, on the 7th of December. I would love to see you and your husband again. Me, Amanda, met in Bruges. Still sometimes see the picture pass by, and I'm like, oh, that was a good day. I would love for you guys to come. Maybe you come sit in the panel. We're doing a Q&A. I'm looking for people who want to come join the panel. I know you have wisdom, all the wisdom you need. You feel up to it. Always welcome. Right now, the Q&A is going to be me and Judith. Maybe Pam. She doesn't know if she's going to be in the country at that time yet, but she said if she is, then she will stop by, come over. That would be fun. I asked Sarah Bressman Cosme as well. She was so excited, and she's the hypnotherapist who's been writing books and is all over Gaia and stuff like that, and doing world trips all over. And she is excited, but unfortunately, she already has a what's that called? One of those spiritual cruises that's going to Egypt on that time. So she's definitely coming next year. She said we're gonna just make sure next year to see if we can pick a date where she's available, and then she'll do some QHHT hypnosis live and all of that fun stuff. It's gonna be fun. Wouldn't that be great? Wish it was this year, but our schedules conflicted with each other. Yeah, that'd be fun, Amanda. Okay. Susie. Ooh, that's a cool card. I've never seen that one before. I always get new cards that I've never seen. Persistent drive. See what you desire and move towards that goal. It's time to zero in on your purpose. Use your intuition and instincts to guide you for the optimal outcome. Look at that. There is for Susie. What am I getting on an intuitive level? Although they have these big gray sharks, I keep looking at the striped little ones. It's almost like they're saying you don't have to be big to be noticed. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's almost like, it's kind of similar to John. It's almost like you have these dreams that you want to accomplish. You have these feelings inside, these pullings. You're like, I'm being pulled in a direction. But again, there's not enough confidence that you'll be seen, that you'll be noticed, that you'll be able to complete or fulfill the dream, that you'll be able to be successful at it. And they're saying, look, it's not about how big you are or how small you are, but it's about standing out. It's about being your true authentic self as you're moving into the creation and expression of what it is that you want, what it is that you dream of. It's really about being that unique being. You tend to compare yourself too much to others, and you tend to feel intimidated by others who are doing something that is a part of your dream, that is part of something you desired to manifest. But you do have a drive. They're talking about, you having to, you don't give up on the dream, but you also don't, it's like you put your foot on the gas and the brake all at the same time. You really want this, and your drive is there, but at the same time, because you're constantly comparing yourself to the bigger fish in the ocean, you feel like you're just a small, insignificant little fish, and nobody's going to notice you in this ocean full of big fish. And that's not accurate, because it's not how big you are. It's about the light that you shine and how you stand out, being your most authentic self, not being a copycat of everyone else. Does that kind of make sense? It's about understanding that you are a unique soul, and that you chose to be down here to be of service to others, but to also be of service to oneself. But you also chose this specific part in our human timeline because you knew that finding your unique voice and sharing your unique light is one of the most inspirational things every individual can do at this time, to inspire others to stop copycatting everybody. It's like you see one person make a certain dance, and then all of a sudden millions of people doing the same dance. What's the point in that? You've seen it already. Do your own dance, right? I mean, those people, they just like, okay, scrolling along, seen and heard the song and the dance a million times. I don't need to see somebody else do it. That's really what it's about. It's not about doing what everybody else is doing, but it's just about being you, having full confidence that you chose this timeline with these feelings and these needs for a reason. That these urges and pulls, they're not just blah blah. They're not just something that just shows up. It is something that's being given to you, that's being highlighted by your team, by the universe, because you're supposed to do something with it. Now, all you need to do is find the courage to swim amongst the sharks. But this is still being seen more than this. Why? They're just gray, you're striped. Okay? Your light will be different. Hence why people will notice you. Does that kind of make sense? So it is important to continue and take the steps, but release the need to be like everyone else, to copy or match other people's success, other people's way of doing things. Do things for you. As long as it brings you joy, as long as it brings you abundance, that is all you need to do. You don't see me. I don't wear makeup. I'm just me. I got gray hair. I look who I am. I'm real. I am not faking. I am, faking to be perfect. I have an unfinished house. I have a low income. And you know what? I'm happy because I get to help you guys every time that I can, as much as I can. I get to change people's lives. I don't have to be on TV. I really don't. I hope nobody ever invites me on TV because I would be very uncomfortable with that. I'm not here to be famous like most other ones, okay? I don't want to be like the other ones. Be you. Be you and be happy with what you're doing. That is what changes the world, not by pretending to be like everybody else and every other medium that's on TV. Look at me, I'm so fancy. You know what? Fake. Don't be fake. Be real. Be you. Be authentic. All right? That is what you need to do. All right. Amanda, let's get you a card, my love. Amanda. Give the family my love. Which one? Which one? Ooh, they're pulling me between two different cards. Maybe we need to pull a card for each. This is the two that they keep. I'm like, back. My eyes like, well. I'm like, pick one. They're like, we can't. Okay, we'll do one of each. All right. They want me to flip it up. Oh, there it is. I let go of the shadow of the past. There's the first one that popped out. I'll read it in a minute. And then they want me to pull one of this one as well. Whoop. Oh, sorry. It flew on the floor. Give me a minute. Oh. Dancing in the rainbow. I could see you do that. I could see you dancing in the rain. Okay, so dancing in the rainbow. Break free from whatever you feel is holding you back. Express happiness. Find out what you truly desire. And then the other one says, I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Huh. But the thing is, seeing someone, I feel like it's seeing yourself. So although we have this really bright rainbow and this kind of really dolphin trying his best to entertain us, this is what I'm looking at. This is what's highlighted. Like it shines off the card for me. And it's this kind of glowy, energetic orb that is you. It's almost like you have to start seeing yourself for what you are. You're still too much identifying with the identity of Amanda, of the human creation. And that's okay. You need to have that identity here in this lifetime But you also need to understand that that is just a character you're playing. You need to find balance between the human character and who you really are. They need to be in sync with one another. And right now, it's like you've been through these stages. First, it was all Amanda, Amanda, Amanda. Then you went into a spiritual awakening where it was all like spiritual, spiritual, spiritual. And then that kind of got old. And then you kind of went back to Amanda, Amanda, Amanda. But what they're saying is the two need to be balanced out. The two need to be part of the same character. It's not one or the other. You really need to live life with the knowing that you are not Amanda, but just embrace that Amanda has the ability to do the physicality. Does that kind of make sense? So it's really about using Amanda to be able to operate on a physical level while your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings should be on a more spiritual level, should be aligned with who you truly are and your true knowings. And it should just all kind of match up. I don't know if I'm making any sense. So true. I'm reading Eastern philosophy at the moment. So that's probably not a coincidence. There are no coincidences. You probably are guided because a lot of the Eastern philosophy is about allowing the divine to become part of the human condition. And so that's really what they're kind of saying here. And, awakening is kind of like I said, it's a messy thing. It's ups and downs, and you go back and you go forth, and then you think you got something, and then all of a sudden you're back to where you were, doubting everything you believed before. And it's this constant roller coaster ride of, do I believe it? Do I not believe it? Do I believe it? Do I not believe it? Am I that? How do I become that? I don't know. Now I'm back to being my kind of human ego self. Oh, and then you're trying to move back into, and the thing is, it doesn't have to be one or the other. It needs to be both. You need to have both into this lifetime to make this human incarnation feel like a divine experience. Does that kind of make sense? But with all the physical perks like food, sex, physicality, all of that stuff, the unknown, it's supposed to be this great adventure for your soul while experiencing the physical aspects of life and the kind of, chocolate. Yeah, chocolate, right? But that's the thing. That's what everybody's looking for. That's why we call it the awakening. Everybody's always inclined to move towards the awakening because that's what the part we want to bring heaven on earth. And that's 100% possible. But that also means that we have to become the divine being while operating a physical character. Does that kind of make sense? And that's what you're looking for. That's what you're seeking, is how do I become this and that all together, all at once? And that is what they encourage you to continue to work on. Okay. See yourself as the orb that you are while enjoying and dancing in the physicality. Ta-da! There you go. I hope that helps, my love. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to do a group card, and I'm just going to see. I wrote down everybody that was on requested one. Who am I being drawn to? Diana Jordan wants to know if her grandson will have life-lasting effects from what's happening in the family today. Okay. Let's see which one. This one. You're welcome, Amanda. Diana Jordan. Oopa. Ooh, that one flew high. Wish wisely. I think we need another one, though. It's not enough. Ooh. Nature signs. Okay, Diana, this is what's popping up. So wish wisely, use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. And nature's signs, be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continuously. We need to only open our hearts and minds. For some reason, that color, that kind of bluish and purplish, those colors are jumping out. Speak. It's almost like you're afraid to fully express what you know to be true because you don't want to create more, you don't want to add more fire to the fire, is almost what it says. But they're saying don't be afraid to speak up with love in your heart and light in your eyes. It sounds like make sure that you speak up, that you express what you know to be true, but do it in a way that it's respectful and loving towards others. And at the same time, they're also saying be careful. It's kind of like something we've already said. It's almost like be mindful of your, it's not be careful, but be mindful of the energies you're sending out. Understand that whatever is going on, every soul knew that this was going to happen. Every soul knew that this was going to be a challenge that would in some way or form affect them. But it's something that is a desired experience. It's something that is necessary for that soul to experience in order for it to give certain opportunities of growth to every individual. So they're saying be mindful of your energy. Don't move into worry, or don't move into fear, or don't move into this kind of disaster scenario. All of this could happen, or all of this could have a negative impact on the people that I love. Understand that every soul knows what it's doing, and all you can do is be the love, be peaceful, be the pillar of light and stability for your family without going into the negativity, without feeding the fire with more fire. So become very aware of your energy, your thoughts, your actions, and your feelings, because we cannot change other people's emotions or other people's thoughts by forcing our thoughts and our emotions and our words upon them. We can simply influence this whole situation. We can influence our entire family by altering the energy that's being provided in a certain situation. That is how we alter things. That's how we heal things. And just learn, know, and understand that nothing comes uninvited, even if it's for our children, even if it's for our grandchildren, even if it's for anyone, even animals, plants, everything in some way or form was given approval by the higher self in order to have the experiences that will help them guide to expansion and so on and so forth. So I hope that helps. All right, let's do a group card with the Metatron cards. Let's see. Whoopah. They've been flying fast today. It's probably because it's morning. Ew, never seen that one before. Conquering fear starts today. This is the message for everyone. Let go of your fears. You always have help. You're always assisted, and you're always guided, even if we don't feel it, see it, or receive the validations that we want. It is very important to understand that when we reside and choose to reside within the higher frequencies of joy and love and gratitude, even if life isn't perfect, there's always gratitude to be found for everything you have in your journey, including yourself. Then fear, lower vibrations, negativity can just simply not exist in those higher vibrational realities. So understand that we align with the realities that align with our energies. So if we let go of fear and we move into a place of surrendering and knowing that, hey, no matter how difficult it gets, my soul knew this was coming and there's a purpose for it, even if I don't know. We have to let go of needing to understand everything, but simply embracing every experience as a part of our own expansion, as a part of our own growth. It is going to benefit us in some way or form. Therefore, there is no longer need for fear. There is simply need for love, understanding, empathy, and the desire to choose gratitude, love, and joy above else. All right? Boink. I hope that helps. Don't know where all that came from, but it came. All right. I love you guys. I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I got bills to process, and my job never ends. I work 7 days a week. We're processing information, emails, and billing, and all kinds of other stuff. I still got to clean up my messy. I mean, you should see it's a mess. Okay. Everybody's been dumping all their stuff here, and now my office is just a real big mess. But anyway, have a spectacular Sunday, Corrine. Thank you so much. And I love you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Big kiss. Bye.